Welcome to Coffee Powered Systems, equipping women with actionable steps to overcome overwhelm and streamline business and life. So grab your favorite drink and come hang out with me. I'm your host, Miranda Merton. Hey everyone, it's Miranda and I am back with another episode. This episode's actually going to be a little bit different. This is one of my, what I'm calling a sidebar chat. And a sidebar chat is basically exactly what it sounds like. It's not going to follow the traditional layout of exactly what I have planned for this podcast as far as systems and workflows goes. They are going to be about me just chatting about whatever's on my mind, basically. And it's going to be about any topic, really. And if you want to skip over these chats, you're welcome to do so. They're clearly going to be labeled as a sidebar chat in the title. So they won't come on a regular schedule. It'll just be whenever I happen to think about it or whenever I want to jump on and talk about something that's on my mind or weighing on my heart. And when I first decided to do these, I figured they would be lighthearted and relatable conversations. And I never thought that I would start a sidebar chat with such a heavy topic. But here we are. If you know what's been going on, if you've been paying attention to what's been happening with everything, with Floyd, with Arbery, with the rioting and protesting, you know what this sidebar chat is all about. This week, I won't be doing the episodes that I had planned. I was going to talk about Asana and project management, but that all seems so irrelevant and unimportant right now. So I'll pick up again with that next week, and I won't have an episode this Friday either. This week is going to be spent around having conversations and reading and researching and really getting into the crux of what is happening to our society. And I hope that all of this actually brings about change. I hope that this is actually the turning point, because this is getting really frustrating. Here we are in 2020, and we have been learning about racial injustice and inequality for freaking years. I was in elementary school when I learned about Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King and the social justice warriors. And how long ago was that? How long is it going to take before we get some justice and equality for all people, all humans, women, people of color? I just can't believe where we are right now in 2020. Here I am, 40 years old, and I never imagined that we would still be in the same position, if not worse off than we were back then. Something has to change. I'm hoping that this is the moment that it changes for all of us. I hope George Floyd gets justice. It's a real shame that someone had to die. Multiple people have to die and give their lives for us to open our eyes and start having these deeper conversations. I came across a quote while I was, doing my social media planning this weekend, and I was looking at quotes for posting on Instagram. And the one I landed on was, "Habits change into character." And I did post that on Insta. So you can go to my Instagram at Miranda Merton and check out that quote and see what I wrote about it. But I wanted to talk about it for a minute because it's so representative about what's going on right now. If someone shows you who they are, believe them. Habits change into character. The officer who essentially killed George Floyd has done this stuff before. He has shown his habits. He's exhibited his character. He is just one example of perpetuating bad behavior. We continue to see things and ignore them. And I think it's time that, the see something, say something is more prevalent than ever. Stand up for people that are supposed to be your friends. Stand up for people that you see are hurting. Talk to people, have a conversation. If you don't understand something, have a conversation. But here's the thing, if you have a conversation, be willing to be open to hear someone else's opinion. It's one thing to listen. It's another thing to listen and then take into account someone else's feelings. Even if you don't agree with all of the statements, that's fine. We're not all supposed to agree. That's not the kind of society we live in. But it's time to start listening and understanding other people's feelings. So often, and this goes for both sides, everybody goes into a conversation with their thoughts and their feelings and thinking that they are right and the other person's wrong no matter what is said. And that has to stop. That is so frustrating that I can't talk to someone about an issue or a topic and where we both can agree. Maybe we agree to disagree, but no one ever comes away with some sort of empathy or changing or understanding of what the other person was going through or what the other person was saying. That's not going to help. None of this is going to help our society. We've got to get rid of these bad habits, get rid of these old habits, get rid of the bigotry, start treating people with respect, treat women with respect. I'm tired of men calling people sweetie and honey and young lady in these condescending ways, like women can't speak their feelings, belittling people, profiling people. Ahmaud Arbery was profiled and he was just running on a Sunday afternoon. You can't be vigilantes in your town and expect to get away with it. You can't shoot people in broad daylight and expect to get away with it. When is this going to stop? What the hell is wrong with people? I'm not sure what actions we can do other than working on ourselves, speaking out, having conversations, but I'm all ears because this world's going to shit. I really think that Generation Z, these are our children, our grandchildren, they're going to change the world, but we need to be the role models for them that they need in order to change the world for the better. We need to model good habits, not bad habits, because these bad habits really pick up and they travel and they continue to travel and they continue to get passed down. And that is the problem. Our good old boy ways in the way we train our police officers, the way we act towards people, these continue to be perpetuated and passed down. And how long is this going to take? People are frustrated, clearly. If you're going to protest, do so peacefully. I don't think you need to be looting and rioting. I don't agree with that. There's a lot of small businesses that are really struggling right now in light of COVID, and the coronavirus has already taken them out. And now they've got to deal with property damage and theft. We just need to work together and come together as humans and as people and truly love one another. And I know it sounds cheesy, and I just hope this isn't what continues to happen. Everything picks up steam for a week, and then our 24-hour news cycle takes over, and next week we're on to something else. Elections are coming up in November. We'll be on to something else. There's always something new in the news, and everything gets bowled over and passed over after a big hubbub. It goes on for a few days or a week, and then the next thing we know, it's over and we're going back to status quo. Trump said he was draining the swamp, but I'm not sure anything was drained. I feel like this place is one giant swamp, and there are people on both sides that are taking advantage of the system and not doing anything to change. We need to be louder. We need to be better. And I really hope this is the turning point, because if it's not, I don't want to see more people lose their lives over discrimination, racial injustice, sexism, racism, bigotry, discrimination against the LGBTQ community. I don't know where it ends, but it's really disheartening. And I really hope we can change this soon and we can change it together. And I've seen on social media everything that's going around, and I appreciate seeing all of this. It's very heartwarming, and it looks like it's bringing people together. It's waking people up, and I hope that between coronavirus, all of these things that have been going on, that we can really finally come together as a community, as a nation, and make some change. I'm going to end this episode by reading a list of some of the names of the Black lives that have died over the past decade. This is clearly not an exhaustive list, but some of these names you will have heard, some of them you won't, and I'm sure it will spark up some feelings for you. I hope it will spark some feelings for you. You can find this list and other resources where you can start conversations, donate, research, learn more about causes that support these issues. And you can find all those in the show notes for this episode at mirandamerton.com/004. Trayvon Martin, age 17, 2012. Tamir Rice, age 12, 2014. Michael Brown, age 18, 2014. Eric Garner, 2014. Sandra Bland, age 28, 2015. Freddie Gray, age 25, 2015. Alton Sterling, age 37, 2016. Philandro Castile, age 32, 2016. Botham Jean, age 26, 2018. Atatiana Jefferson, age 28, 2019. Ahmaud Arbery, age 25, 2020. Doug Lewis, age 39, 2020. Breonna Taylor, age 26, 2020. And George Floyd, age 46, 2020. I'll see you next week.